Hi, my name's Sam and I'm part of the team here at Givecloud. This video is an introduction to Givecloud's integration with DonorPerfect. This is the first of several videos that have been created by our team to give you the tools that you need to be successful integrating Givecloud with your DonorPerfect account. In the next few moments, we'll be touching on three main components: accounts or donor records, contributions or gifts, and recurring payments or pledges. We realize that every organization has their own unique way of using DonorPerfect. Some of the organizations that we work with have been using DonorPerfect for 20 plus years, and for most of you, DonorPerfect is considered your source of truth for all of your reporting purposes. As a result, this video and the series of videos have been created for the purpose of walking you through the different ways that you can set up and customize the DonorPerfect integration for the specific needs of your organization. So how does this work? The best way to consider the DonorPerfect integration is that Givecloud is the beautiful front door for your supporters. It's the place where supporters interact with your organization through making donations, purchasing items or memberships, registering for events, or creating a sponsorship or a fundraiser. They can then view their impact and manage their account via a donor portal. As a contribution is made by a supporter and enters through the front door, Givecloud has the ability to push all the account and transactional data through to DonorPerfect as your source of truth for all of your reporting needs. It's important to note that for something to end up in DonorPerfect, it must first happen in Givecloud and then be pushed through to DonorPerfect. This is a one-way road with a couple of small caveats that we will touch in our upcoming videos. As I mentioned at the start of this video, there are three main components that we believe organizations are interested in syncing to DonorPerfect, and we'll go through these briefly one by one in this video. We'll dive deeper when we get into our other videos later in this series. So to start with, donors. In Givecloud, we call donors or customers supporters, and supporters can contribute as an individual or on behalf of an organization. New supporters can create an account in two ways. The first is through the account screen, by clicking Create an Account, which by default is at the top right of your new site. The second is through the checkout, by entering a password at the point of transaction. It is important to note that even if no password is entered at checkout, an account will still be created. When a new account is created, Givecloud will first look to see if a donor record exists in DonorPerfect. Here are the steps that Givecloud will go through when we're looking for a donor record in DonorPerfect. Does DonorPerfect have records with the exact same email address as the one being used on this account? If we find one single record, we assume it's a match. If we find multiple records, we then start looking at the first name on all of those records. If we find a matching first name, we assume it's a match. If no record with the same email address exists, Givecloud can search DonorPerfect for records with the same postal code and last name. If there is one record, we assume that's the match. If there are multiple records, we start looking at the first name on all of those records. If we find a matching first name, we'll assume that's the match. If a match is found, Givecloud will record this donor ID on the account in Givecloud, so no lookup is needed going forward. If no donor record exists though, Givecloud will use the information provided on the account to create a new donor record in DonorPerfect, and then record the donor ID on this account in Givecloud. If you are using the spouse field in DonorPerfect, that can also be used in donor matching and will help reduce duplicates. Alright, so that was donors. Now let's talk about gifts. In Givecloud, we use the language contributions to describe a gift. Contributions can have a single line item or multiple line items. In addition to these, the contribution could also include line items for shipping, taxes, and donor covers cost. Each line item in the contribution creates a gift in DonorPerfect. Any fund, membership, event registration, or physical item in a store that someone can buy is considered an item in Givecloud. For each item created, you need to tell Givecloud how to code gifts towards this item in DonorPerfect by configuring the DonorPerfect integration panel on this item. The GL, solicitation, campaign code, etc. can all be defined within the item so that any payment that is associated with an item has the correct coding synced through to the gift created in DonorPerfect. So that was gifts or contributions. Now let's talk about pledges. Givecloud calls pledges recurring payments, and for recurring payments, Givecloud creates a pledge in DonorPerfect to reflect each recurring payment. When a contribution is made in Givecloud that has a recurring payment associated with it, Givecloud will first create a gift in DonorPerfect to reflect the contribution item, and then create a pledge in DonorPerfect to reflect the recurring payment. All future transactions that are associated with this recurring payment will create gifts in DonorPerfect that will be associated with the original pledge that was created. So how do we set all of this up? The first step to get started is to go into your Givecloud admin panel and under Settings, Integrations, DonorPerfect, enter either your DonorPerfect username and password or API key and hit Save. Once your DonorPerfect account is connected successfully, a list of settings to configure the integration will appear below. The next step is to spend time in these settings to configure the integration between Givecloud and DonorPerfect so that it's set up for your specific needs as an organization. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me or the team at support@givecloud.com via email or via the little chat box on the bottom right of your Givecloud admin page. We'd love to hear from you. We hope that this series of videos is helpful to you in better understanding the DonorPerfect Givecloud integration. Again, thanks for watching. We hope you have a great day.